Hey everyone, let's take a look at King Namor's throne room. This is by the Wakanda Forever by Lego Marvel Studios. This is Black Panther. Set number 76213, and it's got about 300 pieces. I don't know, I forgot. These boxes don't have anything printed. So it looks like we have ourselves a throne, but where is the room? We get Shuri, King Namor, and Attuma. Well, maybe the throne room's on the back. Not. In addition, not for sale. Looks like we got ourselves an escape pod and some hidden treasure inside the throne. So, just by first impressions on this box, it's kind of dark and dreary, but this does somewhat look interesting, just by seeing it on the box. So, let's take a closer look. Here is the throne room. Off to the right we have Shuri and Attuma. And of course we have King Namor, if I'm pronouncing that right. And off to the left we have some sort of vehicle. Now, like I said, I don't know anything about this theme, so we're taking a look at it from a noob's point of view. And it does see the minifigure, so we're just going to throw the king in there. Now, he can just sit in there. He slips in place. There's a little divider down in here. I think that's where he sits, or he sits like this. Yeah. Sometimes when I do these, they're not scripted. You got a control panel here. Maybe he sits like this. Or does he just lay in there? I don't know. I know these come off too. You can see the little thing in there. So I don't know how a figure's supposed to sit in there. Alright. Sometimes it's the fun thing about doing a set that you're not familiar with. You can have a little fun with it. We'll put Mr. Namor on the throne. So far the minifigures are pretty cool. I'm not sure what this is, but this is pretty cool. Futuristic. And here is the back. Now the graphics you see are stickers. The only thing printed in this set is the torsos. And here in the back we have a little treasure area. And don't worry, we'll get to the stud launchers in a bit. So, in addition to a fixed gold ingot, we also have some gems. So that's where he's been hiding all his valuables in there. Now, the vehicle does have a few stud launchers with studs already loaded up in them. And you just push these levers and they fly all over the place. So, you want to be careful with that. And we also got one here on the side the throne as well. So if you have a bad guy here, I'm not sure if he's the bad guy, you can just take this and push this thing in and it should shoot him out of the way. Let's see here. Yep. And of course the 2x2 gold tile went a-flying. Looks like he's got some blasters here fixed to his arms as well, or her arms. And these do come off and stuff. And that's pretty much the whole dime tour with this. This just goes right back in. And whoops, well, you got to be careful. Some things will break off. It is a fairly sound build. We'll get into that. Matter of fact, that's the first thing we're going to talk about. What's the build quality like? You know, for the most part, this stuff is pretty sturdy. It just depends on how you grab it. Usually these fish here will come off, or the seaweed. This right here looks like it closes a bit, but I think this is just meant to set up vertically. So yeah, there's just a few little pieces that will come flying off. And the minifigures are really good. So if you're after the set for just the figures, it's pretty cool. Is it playable? Yes, you could play with this. This is a playable set. It's not really just meant as a display piece, but just for you to maybe recreate some scenes. Now, did this keep my interest? And sure enough, when I looked at the box, it looked boring. Not gonna lie. It just didn't catch my interest. But building this was pretty interesting. There were some good building techniques too. And a lot of snot methods involved in this. So, if you get this set even just for the parts, there's a lot of good building inspiration out of this as well. And there is bright colors. You know, if we have dark red, there was actually some bright colors hidden underneath the throne. You know, mainly for platform support and stuff. So, now, could this be dropped in a Lego city? You could possibly drop this in a city or even in a throne room. Matter of fact, the only thing missing is the room, so you could actually build the room or a scene that goes with this. So, this could be expanded on. What about mock value? Could you embed this into a mock? You could. You could put this inside of a mock. If you want to expand on this, there you go. You could do that. It is fully upgradable. It would be easy to put this in a mock. But honestly, the set is pretty good if you like this theme. If you're into the Black Panther stuff, yes. You still got to be careful. You don't want to step on that. That would really cause some pain. But I like the minifigures. The throne was a bit unique. Like for somebody like myself who would never really buy something like this, this did keep my interest. It was I would say it's a somewhat enjoyable build. The only downfall is the stickers. There's a lot of little stickers. It didn't look too bad, but you had to put a lot of stickers on these plates with bow. It was just a little too much. If you got big fingers, yeah, it gets to be a little challenging to put all those stickers on there. But overall, I'm somewhat happy with this set. I just wish this theme in general was printed and maybe a bit more colorful. But for this one though, I'd have to say that I'm somewhat satisfied with it.